something happened. You can notice what happened if you look a little bit down. Yup, that's it. I hit 1K subscribers. You know what that milestone means? It means a giveaway. The rules are that there are no rules. So all that you should do is watch my videos. That's it. Oh yeah, and let me know in the comments that you want to participate, and let me know which pack you would like if you win. It can be an expansion, game pack, or a stuff pack. No kits though. Sorry, we don't do kits on this channel. Still, it's not easy to break me.
Whoa, wait a minute. Open your hand. Let me take a look. Quarter, dime, lint. Not interested in that. What's this, a Canadian coin? Get out of here!
The last time I did a giveaway, I did reviews of all expansion packs. So this time I'm about to do game packs. If you want a game pack in this giveaway, please continue watching because it's game pack time review. If you want expansion, I would forward you to this video. But look, just watch both videos. I mean, it would be best if you watched both videos. Now, before we start, does anyone know what happened to Carl's Sims 4 guide website? I keep getting an error every single time I try to get to it. Outdated. Sucks compared to literally any other game pack. There is nothing to do. What can I do with this pack? Go camping? Who cares if I can rent literally any other lot in any other world? In 2022, this pack is not worth it. It comes with a new world that's called Granite Falls. It's a vacation world. Can we cancel those, please? If you want to keep vacation worlds in The Sims 4, like, can we even be friends? I mean, I'm kidding, but seriously though, make vacation worlds residential. You're not going to believe this, but there is actually a new trait with this pack. Your Sims can now be squeamish, and they'll make them uncomfortable when they're around bugs, death, or dirty stuff. There's also a new skill that's called herbalism. One of my subscribers pointed out that they wished there was more to do with herbalism skill outside of outdoor retreat, and I must say that I agree, because with herbalism skill, you can learn all these recipes, or well, remedies, that are helpful for the pack, and I wish we had more recipes that could be used in everyday Sims lives. There's also a new aspiration that's called Outdoor Enthusiast. With this aspiration, you're supposed to go kind of through the pack and experience nature. Your Sims can now have campfires, which I strangely use kind of a lot. You also get coolers, you can play that shoe horse game, and of course you get tents, which are perfect for camping. There are bears in this pack. Let's be real, it's just a Sim wearing a bear costume. Spa Day is one lucky bastard, because I'm doing this video post-refresh, right? And Spa Day wasn't always like this. But I'm going to treat it post-refresh because that's what you'll get if you choose this pack. There is no new world with this pack, so let's just get that out of the way, because people always ask me about packs. Does it come with the world? I noticed that kind of a lot, because once I actually recommended Parenthood, which we'll get to later in the video, but the person didn't want to get this pack because there was no new world with it. How do you guys feel about packs being released without worlds? Let me know in the comments. Now, Spa Day is focused mostly on spa, with a little bit of sports, with like a lot of fitness objects, and yoga, wellness being a new skill. You can achieve wellness skill through activities such as meditation. There's also a new appropriate venue. It's a spa venue. In the spa, your Sims can get a massage, attend a yoga class or a meditation class, or your Sims can also hold their own yoga or meditation class and have other Sims attend it. You can get manis, patties, facial masks, you can visit a sauna and things like that. All these objects are also accessible through the build mode. So you can pop them in your home and have sauna at your home, or say a massage table, and then you can hire a masseuse, you know. There is a new trait in this pack that's called high maintenance. So these Sims will love going to spas and might get tents if they haven't been in for a while. There are 3 new aspirations: inner peace, self-care specialist, and a Zen guru. I'm very conflicted about this one. The idea is great, it's what people want, it's what I love to have in my game, but there's no other way to say this but that this pack is very, very buggy. And when I tell you it's still very buggy, it's very buggy. I had it work amazingly, maybe like twice, and I'm not even joking. Last time I took this couple on a date to a restaurant and it took forever to order, took forever to get seated, and then one sim finally sits down at the table and another sim just does not.
It's completely normal.
My sims were dying at this point, so I just canceled the action. It broke the immersion so much that I have not played with this couple just yet. And I have played with these sims and these were one of my favorite sims. Like, Dine Out pissed me off that much. Again, another thing to get out of the way. There's no world with this pack. Huge thing is the new venue, which is obviously restaurants. You can go to a restaurant or you can own a restaurant. Owning a restaurant has its ups and downs.
It's been like a roller coaster of emotions.
I absolutely love the customization when making a restaurant. You can make your own menu, you can choose different clothes for your employees, and it's really, really fun. I usually spend most of my time customizing my restaurant and then I just give up. I always said that this pack really needs a refresh, and now, I still do think that, but just hear me out. Simmer Erin said something that kind of made me think a little bit. She said that before refresh, we need to fix bugs, right? Seems obvious. So instead of pushing out for a refresh, we might want to focus on fixing the bugs first. Like, there are things that I would love to have added in Dine Out. Like, I want to be a chef in my own restaurant so badly. How crazy is it that you can own a restaurant, but you cannot be a cook at your own place? It doesn't make any sense, and we definitely need that for Dine Out. However, what's the point if what we already have doesn't really work? Now let's fix what we have before we add more, especially since we already know that more things we add, they only add more bugs, you know? Can we also just take a moment to appreciate the fact that Simmer Erin actually commented on my community post? Thank you, that really, really made my day. Also, you're not going to get any new traits or aspirations, or skills for that matter, with this pack. So, if you really kind of think about it, they're really selling just restaurants, just the new venue. That's all that there is. And I have a hard time telling you my objective opinion with this one, because I feel about restaurants the same way that I feel about seasons or pets. Like, it's not a necessity, but it's almost a necessity. But it's not right to just name it what people want and then not deliver, or being so buggy or anything like that. So I guess purchase at your own risk. This pack includes vampires, and it is the first huge occult pack. Now, we've had occults before. We've had aliens in Get to Work, but they were never like the main focus of the pack. Aliens are just one part of the expansion, where vampires is the first sort of standalone occult pack. And that apparently went really well for them, considering that they continued to take their route with all the other occults. Well, mermaids aside. Again, I really like your opinion about this. Do you like occults as a part of a larger pack, like aliens or mermaids, or do you prefer more fleshed out occults, like in Vampires and Realm of Magic? Or, well, Werewolves. Vampires comes with a new world. It's called Forgotten Hollow. It's a very small world. It has only 5 lots. Even lots aside, there isn't much to do in this world. So there aren't any mysteries or special interactions. It's just aesthetics. The world, however, is a home to, I'd argue, one of the most famous Sims of all time. His name is Vlad, in the community lately known as Vladdy Daddy. And Vladdy Daddy might try to sneak into your bedroom from time to time, so be careful with that. There are 2 new skills that came with this pack. Pipe Organ, which works kind of like a piano, and also Vampire Lore, where you can learn all about vampires regardless of if you are a vampire or not. However, if you are a vampire, this skill will make you a stronger vampire. There are 3 new aspirations: Vampire Family, Master Vampire, and a Good Vampire. Vampires also get their own skill tree that you can gain through your gameplay. They have a whole bunch of different supernatural powers and abilities. Some are inherent and some you can obtain through gameplay. And also, you might want to keep them away from sun. I said earlier that I used to recommend this pack, and I would still recommend it. It's a very, very good pack. Like I had said, it doesn't come with a world, which is a big nope, and I get it. The reason why you might often hear people praise this pack is because at the time, it really brought gameplay that we didn't have. Parenthood gave us normal, regular family gameplay, and a lot of people really wanted that. And the second thing is that it was honestly done pretty well. Not the best, but, well. The best thing that this pack introduced, in my opinion, are character values. So, if you have a toddler, child, or a teen, this Sims will now get character values panel in your SimsinaYT tab. Character values are manners, responsibility, empathy, conflict resolution, and emotional control. How kid behaves will affect character value meter, and when your teen is about to age into an adult, your Sims will get new traits based on their character value meter. These traits can be both good or bad traits. And I love that because it gives us more options to create Sims personality. Well, kind of. Well, it's pretty hard for Sims 4 Sims to have personality, but you know what I mean. You also get a new skill, a parenting skill in this pack, and it can help you with raising your kids, aka with character values. Full circle! There's also a new aspiration, it's called Super Parent. Your kids and teens will sometimes bring school projects when coming home from school. Your child/teen can now craft them alone, or they can also get help from adults. This will also increase your Sims school performance. Kids and teens can also go through different phases right now. Like there's this phase where all the kid wants to do is to wear a bear costume. You also get a bulletin board through which you can set a curfew for your kids. One of my favorite items in this pack is actually a private journal. That item is so simple, yet for me it just gives me this illusion of reality, and I don't understand why we don't have more simple items like this. Explicitly, this journal, the animation is right there. It's a very simple object to make, and I don't understand why can't we have more activities connected to it. Just like maybe, doodle might increase like painting skill a little bit, not too much as an easel maybe, but a little bit. Maybe writing a poetry book, or any book for that matter. Solve different equations maybe for logic skill. Oh my god, maybe that comes with a high school pack. Okay, I'm getting my hopes up, someone stop me. I'm just trying to say that I don't really get it. It's just a notebook, and all you need to do is write an interaction and connect it to a skill or emotion, need, moodlet, or anything. I don't understand why that's not a thing. And I also know that this is relatively easy in quotes to do, because no job is really easy. But truly, this is easier than most of the things that they try to do, and it really does add depth to the gameplay. If only the world was not a vacation world only. Seriously, make vacation world livable. It's possible. Don't tell me it's not possible, because I know for a fact it is possible. There is a bug that already allows you to live in vacation worlds. I'll put the tutorial up here somewhere, but dude, the point is that it's possible to live in vacation worlds. Just follow the lead of the mistake that you made, like find a mistake that you've made in Paranormal Stuff Pack, because that's the pack that introduces the livable vacation worlds glitch. So just find that mistake and then put it in your regular base game. You're welcome. I think you got the point so far. This pack comes with the world. The world is called Selva Dorada, and it's a vacation world. Because apparently South American type of the world, the only one, might I add, can only be there to visit on vacation. There's no people that actually live there, Now I'm getting pissed. Oh, calm down.
Not today's thing.
Okay, so the world Selva Dorada is surrounded by jungle, and in that jungle there are many hidden locations to explore. There are secret passages that you usually have to cut through the vines, and these secret passages will then lead you to natural pools, lagoons, overgrown gardens, temples, ancient ruins, and even plane crash sites. Now be careful, because you might get attacked by a swarm of bees or vicious spiders. Now while you're at these hidden locations, you can find many ancient artifacts or treasures, but again, be careful, because sometimes there are puzzles and traps, particularly around the temple, and there might also be a skeleton guarding different artifacts, but skeletons can be friends too. There are 2 new skills that come with Jungle Adventure. One is archaeology skill, which goes great with literally anything that I had just mentioned. You can dig up ancient artifacts you can study them, you can authenticate them, you can set up an excavation site where you can dig stuff up. You can also find different relics that you can then activate to feel the power of the ancients. But be careful, because, well, a lot of warnings with this pack. This ancient power can also come in the form of a blessing, which is a good thing, but it can also come in a form of a curse, which, let's be real, it's also good because it makes for a fun gameplay. Another skill is called Salvadorating Culture skill. Now you can increase that skill by interacting with locals and do interactions such as maybe try new foods. Now in the center of Salvadorada, there's a marketplace where you can purchase different items, including the ones you might find helpful while your sim is in the jungle. So don't go to the jungle without machete and water. Bug repellent might also be useful. Overall, I think this is a good pack. I mean, if you want gameplay, you get it in this pack. My biggest issue still is the vacation world. This is what separates, in my opinion, this pack from the rest of the packs. I feel like it's this illusion that the pack is somewhere out there, far away, removed from the game, if it's a vacation world. That gives it that I want to go there once and that's it. But to be fair, I played it more than once. I don't always go about it the same way. Sometimes I let my sim have the curse, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I focus on the archaeology aspect, sometimes on the culture. Sometimes I'm an idiot that goes completely unprepared into the jungle, I just wish I could live there in Salvadorada. It will make it feel more real, more immersive, and it will make more sense. Do you want an unpopular opinion? Because I like StrangerVille.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. No, it doesn't! Not cool at all!
Irregardless, I'll try to be as objective as possible with this one, because I seriously think that I like it only because I'm weird and I like weird stuff in my game. So if you're weird, then you might be okay with this pack. But overall, please proceed with caution. Now, before I get to anything else, I need to get my biggest issue out of the way, because this could have been a genuine problem for The Sims as a whole if the community didn't really speak up. Now, StrangerVille gives mobile game type of a vibe. Where you have to click here and then this happens, and then you have to click there and then that happens. There is very little actual customization, which we must not allow to be a thing in The Sims 4. I never want this in any of the future Sims game. I don't care if it's expansion, I don't care if it's a game pack, Sims 5, whatever. I don't want to follow a strict line to get from point A to point B. No, we need to have different options, different possibilities. That's the whole point of a simulation. And they really tested it with this pack. With that out of the way, StrangerVille comes with a new world that has the same name as the pack, so StrangerVille. I'm not going to spoil the ending, the storyline of what happens, even though I'm sure most of you probably know by now. But just to be on the safe side, something's going on in that town. Some fishy stuff. The military is everywhere, which, by the way, is a new career. There are scientists around town, Sims are speculating, rumors all around StrangerVille, and it's up to you to solve what's happening. There is a new aspiration called StrangerVille Mystery that can pretty much lead you through the pack. The world has its own special weather, if you can call it weather. As you play through the pack, you'll learn what's happening with the weather there. There is a new trait with this pack. It's called a paranoid trait. And in this pack there is actually a new emotion, which I think is unique to this pack. I don't think any other pack introduced new emotion so far. And the emotion is possessed. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I said in the beginning, I like StrangerVille, but seriously, Sims team, if you have a mystery type pack or storyline / mission type packs in the works, you for real need to speak to your community about this, because I swear this was such a waste. There needs to be multiple paths to a solution, multiple ways to get there, potentially different outcomes, as well like alternative endings. Which I understand is kind of hard to do and it's very complicated, but with a pack like this in a simulation game, it's just the way that it is. Otherwise, it gets repetitive. A Realm of Magic is the second occult type game pack coming in or after vampires. This time around we got spellcasters. Spellcasters are basically just witches / wizards, you know. World that comes with this pack, it's called Glimmerbrook. It's very small, but there is also a hidden world that comes with this pack, and it's this cute little magic realm where Sims can go through the portal hidden somewhere in Glimmerbrook. Don't expect amazing architecture in Glimmerbrook because there are mismatching roofs and doors that lead nowhere. Similar to vampires, spellcasters come with their own set of skill tree. They can learn different magic spells and brew potions. Their needs are normal as any other Sims. The only thing that's extra is that they have this globe representing something called magic charge, and your magical charge goes up anytime that you use magic. If you achieve maximum charge, your spellcaster sim will kind of release magical charge uncontrollably. However, if you keep doing that constantly, you risk your spellcaster dying from overcharging. Aside from that, needs are normal. Your spellcasters can have familiars, which are these cute little beings that follow your sim around, I guess. There are no new obvious traits, but there are new, I believe they're called inherited bloodline traits. So your sim can get these traits based on how far into their witchy legacy bloodline they are. There are two new aspirations, Spellcraft and Sorcery, which is focused on spellcasting in general, and Purveyor of Potions, and that one focuses more on potion making. Your spellcasters can have cauldrons, which aside from the potions, your sims can actually make mac and cheese in a cauldron. There are also magic brooms and wands appropriately. During your gameplay, your sim might encounter a sage. Your sim will for sure encounter a sage. Sages are like these magic masters, elders like teachers, and your sim can ask a sage to teach them magic. There are 3 types of sages: mischief sage, untamed magic sage, and a practical magic sage. So, depending on what type of magic you like assistance with, you can ask a different sage to help you. Now, I played a lot with spellcasters, and my main wish is that I wish that they were a bit more chaotic. Everything always goes way too smoothly for me when I play with spellcasters. I don't own this pack. It would feel kind of unfair of me to review a pack that I don't even own, so I'm not going to do that. One of my subs suggested that I could actually explain why, out of all the game packs, I don't own that one. So, in short, that's what I'll do. The reason why I don't own Journey to Batuu is, number 1, because of my principles.
Okay, it's about corporate greed destroying our hearts and leaving us the hollow shells.
And secondly, from reviews that I watched, I didn't like what I saw, so I didn't purchase it, which is kind of rare for me considering I own all other game packs and all expansion packs as well, Now look, this is a Star Wars themed pack. Now I'm aware Star Wars are very popular, and at the time there was this ride in Disneyland being opened or something with it, and it was around this time that this new pack was about to drop, and I was just like, this can't be happening. I was honestly hoping for a generic universe or sci-fi type of a pack, because I don't mind to have that in like my own Sims universe. It to me felt like an ad for Disney, you know, Disneyland's ride or theme park. That's how I feel about it, and it felt like a very, very expensive ad, like an ad that you pay for. It's twisted, man. This is a game pack. It costs 20 bucks. It's not a stuff pack for 10 bucks, which is still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but game pack is double that, and I don't want it in my game. It was branding over quality, in my opinion, and I hate that. Now, my principal spars would also be that I don't want to encourage this super niche type of a pack. This pack was made for a very specific type of the audience, and while we can argue that all packs are to a certain extent, I mean, you can have a generic sci-fi pack, you know, you can have a generic family pack, generic occult pack, whatever. You can like some and some not, but they pretty much limited it to a single brand, which, you know, in this case was Star Wars. Also, from reviews that I've watched, what am I supposed to use this pack for? It felt repetitive to me. It was like very mission-based and gets boring quickly. Similar to StrangerVille, except that with StrangerVille, people kind of let it slide because it was more so invented for the Sims universe. But in Journey to Batuu, how much of work did they really put into even a story? All these characters are existing characters. They were just incorporated into the Sims in a weird Sims way, where they're just costumes. And they also didn't even do the Star Wars lore properly. So I mean, who really wins here? If a Star Wars fan was like, let me try The Sims because they have this pack. As a simmer, I'm honestly embarrassed. I'm not even kidding. To all the Star Wars people, we did not sign up for this. This is not what we do here. We're aware this was a very lazy attempt at a game pack. Like, we get it. I feel like if anything, this like separated Star Wars fan and the Sims fans even further. Like, the gap was never bigger. I already did a full review of this pack, so if you're curious, you can click here. I remember that this was around time where I started getting confused as to what a game pack really is. Because at a time, to me, it felt like a stuff pack. And to be frank, I stand by these words till this day. They sold us an active career as a game pack, straight up. This is all what this game pack has. It's 20 euros for an active interior decorator career, as far as the gameplay goes. I was in love with Build and Buy when it first came out, mostly because there were 2 kitchen sets and we also got modular furniture. Since then though, I've learned that half the modular furniture objects like that you place, they just disappear. Like, I built this gorgeous, in my opinion, adorable Christmas store. I mean, I was really happy with it. A Christmas store for Christmas, and half of my shelves are missing. So there's that. There honestly isn't much to say about this pack. There is a lot in build mode. Cass is cute, and there's an active career, and that's it. That's literally it. There's nothing else to discuss. This pack has the infamy almost as much as the Journey to Batuu does. I mean, what the hell was that? I mean, this pack was only the second Sims 4 pack that had to be delayed. The first pack that was delayed was actually Get Together expansion pack. I bet you didn't know that. Or maybe you did. I don't know. Now, this pack was broken as hell when it was first announced. There was just so much happening with this pack. I feel like this pack had more drama than like all other packs. I don't think we've ever had anything like this. I mean, left, right, up and down, everything was wrong with this pack. I didn't even make my Wedding Stories controversy video. If you'd like, I can make one in detail because there was seriously a lot happening to the point where I cannot fit this into one video. So let me know in the comments if you'd like for me to summarize everything that this pack went through, because it was a lot. With this pack, weddings were supposed to be made better and bigger, and the engagement party was supposed to be awesome, and everything wedding related was supposed to be just top notch. And I will tell you, when I first bought this pack, I seriously regretted it. Like, straight up, I regretted spending money on purchasing this pack. I specifically hated the fact that I had watched all these reviews from Game Changers telling us that the pack is broken, and I still bought it.
Is there someone who can fill in for me?
Sorry, everyone is booked.
But that woman can't know that I work here. She's a friend of mine, and I make this big stink about how awful these massage chains are.
Then why do you work here?
Because it's good money. That doesn't change the fact that this is an evil, blood-sucking corporate machine.
Oh my god. And you know why? Because of the world. That's why. And you know what? I rarely play there now. Oh man. The world that comes with this pack, it's called Tartosa. With this pack, you can now plan weddings in more detail. You can choose Sim of Honor, wedding officiant, ring bearers, flower palace, and stuff like that. There are a ton of new social events that are appropriate to wedding planning, such as batch parties, engagements, family gatherings, receptions, rehearsal dinner, and renewal. Wow. During these events, or well, not necessarily only during these events, but just in general, your Sims can now slow dance, they can have tea from these cute little tea sets, they can drink from drink fountain, they can walk down the aisle, give toasts, wedding stuff. You get a bunch of different wedding cakes as well, and wedding cake toppers, as well as flower bouquets. Also, if you don't already own Get Together, you get a dance floor with this pack. Oh look, this is another connection to Get Together, aside from it being pushed back. Huh, how interesting. No new skills, no new traits or aspirations were added with this pack. I didn't get the chance to explore the whole Werewolves pack, just to be frank with you. First of all, I've been traveling, and second of all, it seemed like a pack that I would really want to take my time with instead of just kind of like rushing through it. So what I've done is that I've been in CAS with this pack, I built with this pack, and I made my werewolf, This pack comes with a world called Moonwood Mill. It's small, as all occult worlds are. I guess it's safe to say that worlds will always be small with occult type packs. Regardless of this world being so small, there are actually things to do around this world. Moonwood Mill comes with my new favorite character, and his name is Greg. Now I tried to make him fall in love with me, and he did, but then later something happened in his werewolf brain, so he fought me, and this is where our love ended. This is also kind of when I decided to go the flowery, Moonwood Collective type of a way. It felt safer. Which, yeah, in this world you can fight two different wolf packs. Wildfang Renegades, and they hang out by this trailer, and also Moonwood Collective, which is what my sim is a part of. And you can find them hanging out by this magical tree. Sadly, you cannot make your own wolf pack. Werewolves, similar to vampires and spellcasters, have their own skill tree that unlocks different werewolf abilities. The needs are pretty much the same as your regular everyday sim, except that they have this little globe meter, kind of like how spellcasters do with their charge, except that for werewolves it's called Fury. That meter goes up during the full moon and also depends on your werewolf sim actions. Once it goes all the way up, your sims will go into rampage mode. There aren't new traits with this pack, but there is something called temperaments, which behave kind of similar to traits, although these do not appear on the traits panel, but actually on your needs panel, and are reserved to werewolves only. There are 22 temperaments, and you don't choose them, but instead you get them naturally through gameplay. There is a new aspiration category in this pack, and it's called Werewolves. And within that category, the aspiration that you can choose is called Werewolf Initiate. Now, once you complete Werewolf Initiate, you're able to choose between 4 different aspirations. First one is to overtake Moonwood Collective. Second one is to overtake the Renegades. The third one is a lone wolf, so for the werewolves that don't want to be part of the pack. And the fourth one is Cure Seeker, where you obviously are on the search for a werewolf cure. These aspirations are a little bit different than our usual aspirations, and I kind of don't mind that. At this point, I really like to see them experimenting and trying to develop more and like utilize things that are already in the game. Because I am really not a fan of wasting resources and or time on like something completely new that's never gonna get revisited and will stay shallow and irrelevant to gameplay, kind of like lifestyles in Snowy Escape. I just think it's such a shame when things that we have are not used, such as aspirations, traits, skills, whims, aka wants, or likes, dislikes. Very Sims-like things that work, we know they work, and no one is complaining about them. When these things are forgotten and not utilized or developed further, I really hate that. And I remember when we had one of these surveys, I remember writing them like a Bible about why the hell are aspirations no longer what they're supposed to be, why they're not challenging, why they're not goals that you're supposed to achieve in your game for the time being. Aspirations are good the way that they are, and let me tell you, they're not like hard, again, hard in quotes, to make. So you can save so much time by utilizing what you already have because it's fine. All you really need here is like a really good creative director or employee or whatever to come up with a good story for these aspirations so that they're like slightly different, like one from another, and not repetitive. That I believe that can be achieved only through like creativity. I remember writing that like I believe that scenarios should have been like packaged as aspirations. And to be honest, I have nothing against scenarios. I just feel bad for them that they went and made this whole new system. It feels to me like the Sims team just over tries to the point where it starts working against them. This is what it feels like to me. So I wrote like a whole aspiration Bible in that survey, and now I feel like I probably wasn't the only one. Probably a lot of other people wrote the same thing, or at least something similar, because we are seeing changes. However, I will take complete credit for this, because why not? You're welcome. There is a high chance that I'm missing some things here, because I feel like I still have a lot of playing to do with this pack, but overall, my first impression was very different from my thoughts now. If you are planning on getting a game pack in this giveaway, I hope this was helpful. If you're watching from the future after the giveaway is over, I still hope it was helpful. Put your own rankings of game packs below in the comments so that people can, have different opinions when considering purchasing packs. Again, if you want to participate in a giveaway, subscribe and let me know in the comments below which pack you would like to get. Reminder, it can be any pack, but no kits. I don't fuck with kits. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like. If you want to support me, you can subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and to me it means kind of a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.